in presence of many scholars, Khenpos, and many scholars. So he will not say that he's going to teach the Buddha's Dharma, but he said that it will be like an introduction or maybe sharing of the Buddhism. So as he mentioned, he doesn't feel comfortable saying that he's teaching. So teaching and sharing has a difference. And then he said that today he will be talking about in two categories. The first one is like in the place of Kuala Lumpur, which is the capital of Malaysia. He said that where all these four traditions are here, like all the four schools of Tibetan Buddhism is present here. I mean, is found in this country. So it is very fortunate that we have been able to do the recitation of the country. And then in this way, the first thing is that we have to be very grateful, and then we have to rejoice in what we are being able to get in presence of recitation, in being in presence, getting in touch and hearing and listening to this Dharma recitation, Tipitaka recitations and all. And then also to dedicate for oneself and for each and every sentient being. And then the second theme will be that, as earlier mentioned, the Tipitaka is a main source of all the teachings that is classified into different categories from this Tipitaka. So he is going to discuss on two topics today. So today is like the recitation of this Tipitaka is also like the 84,000 teachings of the Buddha, which is an antidote for each and every emotions that we go through. And then it is this 84,000 teachings of the Buddha is an antidote. And then today here in Kuala Lumpur, in the capital of Malaysia, it is very fortunate that you have so many Sangha members that you are able to bring in. So we have to rejoice. And not only the Sangha members, even if there is only Sangha member, it is not possible if there is no such as sponsors and all. So the condition has ripened it so much that the Sangha members are able to come gather here together, and then the sponsors and the supporters are all also giving their immense support. So, and then even if you have the supporters and the Sangha members, we will not be able to do it like without the gratitude of the gratefulness of the two Khenpos, the Khenpo Pema Dorji and Khenpo Kunchu Namgyal. Because from what I have heard, I think they have been preparing for this recital for 12 years. And then it is not only this few that we are hearing. There's so many people, so many things involved in preparation. So you see that even the 12 years is not a little time, you know? So they have been preparing for so long. And now when we come here together, we have everything so well prepared. We don't have to go through any difficulties. Whoever has come later at this stage, we have everything that is already there, like in terms of places, the food, and then also the texts and everything, that we don't have to worry about anything. So with with much gratitude to all this, so we are here and be able to be peaceful in our recital.
스타트는 여기까지 지금 마송이 로니를 첨부하는 아니 땡지 차리는 경로동 개수동 개념동 아니 다나시다 지 경보동 기시동 규모동 소배동 다 라종 개처럼 등등 몸부지 차천문장이야 다나시 대위 취지 찬 첨부하는 취지 시절 아니 견디 봐요들 아니 산이 찬 첨부하는 야가동 다 이마라 주 배동 기 바이동 그러동 다 야가 몸부지는 장이야 때문에 근저지 장야라 지 가슴 지진 몸부 쉬어지 공화 어제 몸부 쉬어지 근저 맞이가 있는 연장토야면 당원에 맞서 영역 상반에는 다 까왔으면 근저 영역 영화라 하중까지 가고 차대야 얘도 근저지도 아니 진단 넘바이나 당원에 근저지 동비치 뭐노 라바드 자사다 진공 근저치 뭐 지금 아니 맞서 휴사에나 시라도 다 도서 참만 넘어서 아니 근저지 노야 됐다 맞서 하정 가스 가스 몰라 친구 텐진 장고 근데 배경지제네 조공치 지진 몰라 시바도 지초 드르지 송로 가르스는 퍼주가 자기 강치동 아니 다츠와 프리 진단이 아니 송냐모제 텐디 유고 모아이스 다 아니 조가치 냐네치 라종도 소야 아니 초아프니 진다도 참만냥도 손냥모제 텐디지 아니 유고 모아치는 심바노 텐데텔로 차이레스.
So here when we talk again about the recitation of the Tripitaka, in terms of the reader, like, the one who's reading the Tripitaka, then you can see all the fourfold Sangha, which we have the bhikshus, then the nuns, monks, and then also the lay people are gathered here, so which is very, very auspicious, where we have a gathering of all the fourfold Sangha members to be present here in the reading. And if you talk about the traditions, we also have the school, all the four schools plus the Lharampa, and all assembled here also to read again. So which means again the schools of the Tibetan schools all are gathered here, which is also another auspiciousness. And then in place of the place, in terms of talking about the auspiciousness of the place, it is here in Malaysia, but yet we can also say that it is all over the world, because we have the members reciting here, all from Bhutan, Nepal, India, and many other places that has assembled here to read the commentaries. So all this doesn't come on its own, we don't have the affinity to come on its own without our dedications, without our aspirations, and with so much of prayers that we have all accumulated, the merits that we all have accumulated together as a group, as individually who have done the dedications and gathered the merits, and then which has come together. This is all that is making all possible here to be assembled and be able to recite the Tripitaka. So, and in terms of the sponsors as well, the sponsors happen to have this place, and then they have arranged so much good food, drinks, places for the Sangha members and all, so that we don't have the difficulty in terms of our places to stay, and we don't have to worry about not getting enough sleep or to get the better reading of the text and all. And then as in the past, the Lharampa has said also that the auspiciousness, all that comes in terms of the readers, the sponsors, and then the devotees, the sentient beings and all, is without it doesn't work without the dedication at the end. So dedication is also very, very important. So that's why the Geshe is emphasizing so much on the dedication part, that we do have to dedicate to make merits for this time and also for the future. So that's why in the past we all have accumulated together together in a group. That's why we are able to do this, have this event today.
단단 내가 상황 보이는 아주 단단 내가서 아주 될 여기까지 친구 로야다 당가서 겨자 라친구 야친구들이 싸워요. 얘나요 단다를 가서 상을 보면은 정변에 현도 현다 단다 내가 멍추 자신 거다. 단다 내가 면dak한 미 시시마다 주지는 전에데 아주 년하초 공들레데 얘나요 가서 되네 이 면허 선보지야 겨자 라친구들 싸야 주는데 하정가와 선보는 선보지 라바드다 가정가서 간지 친구 로야 고전이 선데 아니 미자 최대바 아니 진다 아니 이 몸보 시오지 나무스 될 라바드 디노니요 현재 갈라칸서 로시엠바 요니 몸보지 페니 아니 지 줄을 대바치다 정로 치다 아니 지 그거 치다 되게 지 통을 다 가서 선지 때문에 아니 단단히 있나요 갈라칸서 파 니사레 아선선지요 상대 가와지야 상대 추지는 정글에 망초도 들을 차요니까 먼저 단다 공부시어요 지 나시자고요 들르지 양한 인지며 들르지 저한테 내가 스탄 맞은 들을 그래서 라치고 써야 돼 하정가와 선보는 선보지 임방가서 초고했어.
So if we look at now at this present moment, we can see everywhere there are a lot of war that is going on, the famine is going on, and then the disasters from the natural and the man-made disasters are going everywhere. And yet, whatever the causes and conditions are, and so many things are going all over the world, yet we are all able to gather here in this place and be able to recite is also because of our previous prayers and dedications that we have done. And then also like when during these many days that we have been doing the recitations of this, we have seen many youngsters also coming and attending to this. So we feel rejoiced that even the Buddha's teaching is still surviving at this moment, and then there are many that are like showing their interest in the Buddha Dharma, and that because of that we feel that the Buddha Dharma will still be rejoicing. So when we think about all this, our body also like shivers in rejoice, in gratitude and rejoice. So that's why we have to do prayers, aspire and dedicate for the long lasting of the Buddha Dharma.
아니 넘어서이나요. 리혼도 수수기 로정도 아니지 충성하고 가래는 차례 하주 뭐뭐요. 이나요 되게 샤치는데 아니 공투비 피하다. 들지야 돼 가서 참아 지시로 내려오시들 통소스. 이 당가서 농비추 성지추 놓라. 치지 쪼지 지시로 써야지. 그래서 지시로 써야 돼 가르치는 딱히 현재 개와 간르치 지와에는 수수 대량 제투명이 있나요? 근데 처음에는 간르치 지와에는 수수 대량이 제투명이 있나요? 근데 대를 지시로 가서 기주자라서 숨만 나오지. 현재 개와 제가 투비체 대라 초등학교 샘플이 근데 대라 개와 지시로 지와에는 대 계산량 타랬습니다. 근데서 근데 아주 정말 지시로 강도야. 지시로 강도 대래 가서 현재 개와 간르치 지와에는 대로 왔다 jas지 야보려야 어머니 근데 그 야부 쉬워지 정성 센나치모 정성선 아주 지시로 지와에는 소소원이 나자도 차도 되게 맞춤으로 현을 개와 지시로 지와 일단 노티 지와에는 지시로 지와 되게 오늘 내가 친구 케빈 친구 개와는 지시로 개와데 수수 딱 할슨 로송다 깔리 시람 먹어 도네요 준비되어 있어서 들으셔야 되는 대용 지시로 방문해서 딱 계산을 써야 내가 친구였어.
So in terms of the Sangha members again, they have so many like program in their own life also, like in the monasteries they have to study and all, yet they left all their own study opportunities and all this and came here to recite the Kanjur and all Tipitaka for you all. Is also again a combination of everybody's prayer that has made it possible for all the Sangha members to come, and we have to again be grateful to these Sangha members who have come here to recite, leaving all their studies and all behind and came for reciting. And then like, rejoicing and dedication is very, very important. So we say that when we see other people doing the virtuous actions, something good, we always have to rejoice and be grateful And then we also say that first and foremost is very, very important in terms of dedicating. Even if we are not able to do, when others do a good thing, we rejoice and dedicate. And that is exactly like you are also making the same merits as the others. So in that way, it is very difficult. It is not difficult also, you see, if you do on your own, is very difficult. But when you see others doing, you are not doing. But yet, by just rejoicing in what the others are doing, that itself is like accumulating so much merit equal to the person who is doing the action. So that's why in the Tibetan Buddhism or in our tradition, we say that the rejoicing is the best what is called virtuous action that you will be able to do without any difficulties.
chitibaji ini dela ta dinji kon chitibaji shayo ini chitibaji kale kamlo kores ko jirum de mares ta chitibaji jansu no palu shayo ina ani jansu de kam mansu ba chitibaji kam yo mares ta no chi tanda ani robe dawa chabe 가르쳐 아니 기타 치티 장수 치엘만스 아니 치티바지 장수 노만 소인 장수 마세 바데 치티바지 거 세트이 말스 얘노이 마서 개와데네 조비 선지 공부 타바치든 로아 디시 인정이 치데 다 모셔와이나 아니 콘트롤라서 바 치스 깨와이나요 아니 지 니모라서 바 깨와이나요 아니 개자데 모셔와이자 정치 마토바도 모서와이자 아니 정치 마토바데 개자데 진데데요 얘는 모아치 봐야 돼요. 아주 배치 모르겠어.
So, as we said, the rejoicing is very important. So together with the rejoicing, the dedication is also very important. So when you talk about dedication, it is not only at the end of the session that you dedicate, but each and every single session, the small session or whatever, the good things that you do, it has to be dedicated for the sake of all sentient beings, so that each and every sentient being come out of the samsara, which is the cycle of life, with the transition, sicknesses and all of this. So, and also for all these wars, famine, the disasters, which is the natural disaster, and then also the man-made disasters to be diminished, to subdue. So you have to dedicate for all these. So when you talk about dedication, it is like when you dedicate each and every session, each and every deed that you do, in the small deeds that you do, a good thing, you have to dedicate is important. Is why? Is because it is, for example, it is like a drop of water is dropped somewhere else, and if you leave it for a while, it just dries up on its own, yeah? It just dries and disappears. But if we drop a drop of water in the ocean, as long as the ocean remains, the drop of the water that you have dropped in it will be existing there until the ocean itself dries. So it is same exactly like that. When you do the dedication, if you keep on dedicating, it will make like you're dedicating, you're dropping in the ocean, so it remains. But if you don't dedicate each and everything, it will disappear like the drop of the water that has just dropped, and then it evaporates or it disappears after a while if you don't put an additional drop on top of this. So in a similar way, in ours also, when we don't dedicate of our whatever the practice that we have, we are dedicating it for us to go to the path of the Buddha, which is for the full enlightenment. So if we do not keep dedicating, whatever we have done now, we immediately will cause something that is not right, and it will spoil whatever the good deeds that you have done, like the drop of our ocean. Just you dropped it and then afterward it dried up. Yeah? So that's why if you keep on dedicating, then it will make into the path. where you can one day be used for your enlightenment. So as long as the ocean remains, the drop of water is there. So similarly, as long as you get enlightenment, whatever your good deeds, dedications, the prayers that you have done, your merits that you have accumulated will be there stored. So combining, so that it will lead you to the enlightenment.